Monogamy itself is a social construct, mostly. We are not a monogamous species. There are, in fact, very few monogamous species in the world. Maybe, I think I read a book the other day, it says something like 0.002% of the animals on this planet are monogamous. Because what you will see in the wild and what you see mostly with humans is social monogamy. They live together. But we know that the infidelity generally is around 50%. So 50% of those households are not sexually monogamous. And in fact, from an evolutionary point of view, being sexually monogamous is a really quite bad idea, because you are limiting yourself to a very narrow gene pool. And that's why there are very few creatures in the world that are truly sexually monogamous. When I was doing my master's, my professor studied gibbons. Gibbons at the time were known to be the monogamous ape.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This is Tyler from No Picks Podcast.
What's up, family? Joe, No Picks Podcast.
So, Joe, what's your thoughts? Do you think, people or humans are a monogamous creature by nature? Or is it a social construct, like she said?
Man, this one's
It's tough, right? It's tough,
it's,
right?
it's tough to answer, right? And I know that in a lot of like male spaces, there's one of the points that they like to emphasize is that men are fully loaded with testosterone, which increases their libidos, which men are biologically wired to want to procreate and, spread their seed and have as many offspring as possible that they can continue passing on their genes. This whole thing, right? And I'm on both sides of the fence. I think, all right, it's a lot to unpack, right? So you're right. This is one of the deeper ones. So before we unpack that, I'm going to give my opinion, but I'm curious to see what you think about it, because I don't disagree with her. I just feel like, it's a lot. There's more nuance. How do you feel about this though?
I agree with her. I don't think we're monogamous. I think that we make that decision as a social construct because it's better for our, one is better for society. I think like in as a whole, like it's better for society rather than, to have like family units versus just like individual people having kids with other individual people and letting the chips fall where they may. If you have, all that gene pool within the same household, both mom and dad, there's a sense of unity there. And there's like, listen, we're responsible for these kids and X, Y, and Z. But if you kind of just like spraying your seed over like Johnny Appleseed, that's just kid. Like my dad had like 20 plus kids. I don't know how many siblings I have on my dad's side, and I'm sure he don't really like I could die tomorrow. He probably wouldn't find out probably until like 2-3 years from now. Like there's just if you take that to this like extreme case, then it's like he don't like the person having the kids or the person who the persons who DNA it is, they don't care after a certain amount of kids. It's just a number. Or not even a number to them. It's not even an afterthought, right? Like I haven't been a thought in my dad's head in probably I'm 37 now, in probably 30 years.
Yeah.
So no, I don't believe that we're monogamous because So I don't believe that we're not monogamous by nature. I believe that we're monogamous because the social construct is best for society in general.
Okay. I agree with that. I can agree with that point. Opinion. That's a fair point. All right. So I think what makes this. So I agree with that point. Actually, I think that. I do think that society, and more specifically children who will be the adults in the future who will then take on society, we kind of pass the baton to them. I think they did benefit more from monogamy and from a 2-parent household that is stable, right? Yeah. We've talked before about Cam Newton, Nick Cannon. I think there's a football player who used to play or still plays for the Eagles who had like 5 baby moms that we talked about one time, and he has like 6 or 7 children. We talked about these elites who have all these kids, and we've criticized them, being like, Nick Cannon can't even remember all his kids' names, right? He doesn't see all of them regularly. He doesn't remember all of their names. I don't know Cam Newton's situation. I don't know, but I feel like if the argument usually is, well, they're rich and they have money and they can care for those kids. Okay. Fine, I'll give you that. I don't think parenting is just a paycheck, but I'll give you that. They have the resources to have those many kids. The average man does not. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like when you take, like, yes, we are animals, but we are at the top of the chain. We are the rulers of the animal kingdom, if you want to get to that, because we have consciousness. Yeah. Animals don't have that level of intellect. So, if a lion has a bunch of kids, they're basically roaming the wild. And if the kids die, they die. You see what I'm saying? Like, we don't live that way. We have consciousness, we have homes, we have governments, we have resources, we have welfare system, we have police, we have a justice system, we have all these like, you know, these greater things, that demonstrate higher intellect, that it's like society can't just function the way the wild does. It's like, yeah, you could go around and say, hey, I can't be monogamous, that's fine, but when you have a bajillion kids that you can't afford, well, in current society, what happens? Those kids end up in the school to prison pipeline. Those kids end up leeching off of welfare. Those families end up being poor and they perpetuate that poverty. And then we have to pay for them. Those who are responsible have to pay for them. And then we bitch about them and we complain about them because it's our tax money. You see what I'm saying? Like, I understand. Like I said, I agree that monogamy is a social construct. I do agree that men, it's very difficult for us to be monogamous. I do agree that if a man has options and women are throwing it at him, that he should or can exercise those options, because those men are already elite for some reason. You know what I mean? Men who are that status, you got something going on, either genetics or money or both, right?
Yeah.
And through history, the richest people have always had hundreds of kids. Kings, emperors, you know what I mean? Like, they've always had hundreds of kids, bro, and spread like half the population is connected, DNA is connected to like Genghis Khan, if I remember correctly. The Mongolians went around and just like graped everyone, you know what I mean? Like, he was out there, Genghis Khan was out there not playing, you know what I'm saying? So the elites have always had all those kids, but most people aren't elite. You see what I'm saying? Right. So I think that's why I'm like, it's a hard conversation to have, because I'm not going to tell a man to go out there and have 10 kids that he can't afford. You see what I'm saying? It's just, we're not in the wild, bro. Like, we can't function like animals in that way. You can, but there's consequences, you know?
This is also a weird conversation to have, because depending on who you have it with, right? So there are some people that I know personally that will be like, oh, well, you know, you're a weak man if you cheat on your girl or whatever. But like, the people that I know that say that can't get
chicks.
Like
right.
like you're monogamous by necessity. Like, you don't have a choice in the matter.
Right.
So I would take it. Now, if Cam Newton says some shit like, bro, listen, I've been there and done it. It ain't no, it ain't no light at the end of this tunnel, blah, blah, blah. Like, I would respect that perspective more than a person that can't do it, even if they wanted to.
Right. I agree. When someone who I know doesn't have options says it, I'm kind of like, you don't got options, bro.
Right.
Like, I get your sentiment, but you don't have those options. You know what I'm saying? So like, my background has not been that. So I look at it from a different perspective. And I also understand that when women are throwing it at you, like, it's really difficult to be like, no, especially if they're baddies. Like, you're like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're just throwing it at you, like, damn, like,
But also with the non-monogamy stuff, right? So it's like I agree with you. I see both sides.
Yeah, I see both sides.
Because it's like, when you with multiple people, it's like, okay. So say you start off with one chick, right? And you start off with your one chick, and you like, okay, cool, this is great, it's fantastic. Some time go by, you get bored. You like, okay, you start getting a wandering eye. You're like, okay, what's going on out here, right?
Yeah.
You got issues with old girl. She's nagging. She's annoying. She get whatever her plethora of issues are, you'll find them, right? Whatever they are, over time, they find, no matter how attractive she is, you'll be like, yo, these are the things that is wrong with this chick.
Yeah.
So now I still want her, right? Even though she's annoying, this is where my home is, but I want other chicks too.
Yeah.
Right. So you go out, you get other chicks, but you're trading one problem for another. So you get the excitement of having multiple women. So you got like 4 or 5 different chicks now. But it's like, that's a whole different problem in and of itself. So you're trading the problems that you have with her
for another,
for other problems.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, now the other chicks they're demanding things from you. They're like, hey, we need to spend more time together. You're disappointing one or two here and there.
Or they're trying to blackmail you. If you don't buy me this, then I'm going to tell your wife, or I'm going to put you on social media. You know, the ones the scam artists, the ones who are there to just finesse you somehow. If things don't go their way, the moment you say no to one of the requests, you know what I mean? There's women like that too. I mean, no, you're right, bro. And that's part of the problem. And I think this conversation is very nuanced, right? Because I also hate that society, or women, let's talk women generally speaking, demonize these characteristics in men. And it's like, yo, men love sex. Men need sex. Men feel loved through sex. Men feel fulfilled through sex. So if a man is choosing you to carry his name and to carry his legacy and saying, I want to be you, and I'm going to commit to being monogamous, and you deprive him of that, that's when they're like, oh, well, that's what I hate. It's like you're denying that man access to sex or to your body, and then expecting him to still stay loyal and not wander or not drift off when you're not giving them that anymore. I don't care what the hell the reason is. Like you guys are in a relationship. You deprive that man of that, and as soon as that man steps out, he's the asshole. But society doesn't look at women that way. You know what I'm saying? We've talked about that. When women cheat, it's like, girl, what did he do? When men cheat, it's like, you scumbag. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those double standards that we deal with. But I think that's why this conversation is so interesting too. But it's frustrating because men, we do have more testosterone. You know what I mean? Like we just do, bro. Like, and that testosterone makes you want to, it spikes your libido. And you know what I mean, bro? Like,
No,
you know,
I agree with you. I fall on both sides too.
Yeah, I'm on both sides, bro. And
I mean, you get bored with both. Like, cause I've had both, so it's like you get bored with juggling multiple chicks, then you get bored with being one. But it's like I don't know what the happy medium is. I think that's where the social pressures of society come in and be like, listen, you got to kind of do your duty, right? So you're kind of like sacrificing what you want for what you perceive to be the benefit of your family,
right? No, absolutely. Absolutely. You do sacrifice. And of course, women say the same thing. Well, we can cheat too. Yeah, but it's yes, you're right. You can, but peen is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We've already talked about that difference. Like women sleep with who they want. Men sleep with who they can. It's a completely different dynamic. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's why I'm just like, bro, make sure if you commit to someone that she really is into you. Like if she doesn't express any desire towards you, like you're already starting off on a rocky foundation. You know what I mean? That's already like, she's probably already in her mind thinks that she's settling for you. So men, if she's not into you, don't commit to that, bro, because she's going to think that she's settling and it's further down the line. She's going to resent you and she might step out on you. You know what I mean? Like this is such a complicated conversation, bro. I do. Yeah. Monogamy is, I don't think it's normal for men, but I do think that it betters society in certain ways. And I do think that it helps our children. I do. So that I guess open up to the family. What do you guys think about that notion of like, you know, comparing us to animals? Like the chick in the video said, like animals in the wild, like they're not monogamous. Yeah, but they also don't have the same intellectual capacity that we do. They don't have the systems that we do, the government, you know what I mean? The morals, they don't have any of that. There's no morality in the wild, bro. If I'm a lion and I see a cub from a tiger, I'm gonna eat that damn cub, bro. You know what I mean?
I would argue, but I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I would argue that we have selective morality. Like, so we rationalize ourselves. Like, there's like, okay, like I don't want to bring another issue, but when we engage in bad behavior, we rationalize it.
We do.
We'll be like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, so I agree with you. There is no, we do have a better concept of morality and logic and all that. Stuff, but we will break that shit when it's convenient for us, and then just kind of make it seem like we had to do it. Like I feel like, okay,
right.
So I don't even want to bring this out. You know what? Let's just go because I don't even want to bring this topic up because it's gonna bring a whole other can of worms.
Open up to the family then. What do y'all think? Is monogamy normal? Is it a social construct? Should men be held to that standard? Is it possible? Are we going against our nature when we try to be monogamous? Is it fair to compare us to animals in the wild when we have these conversations about monogamy? What do y'all think? Right? Open it up.
Let us know what y'all think, family. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.